Hello everyone and welcome. So you want to be able to do some electrical testing and you want to buy yourself a powerful yet economical multimeter. Your friends tell you that the best multimeter on the market is a Fluke, but you can't afford the high price that the Fluke sells for. So what do? Well, today we're going to be looking at an excellent alternative to the Fluke multimeter. Today we'll look at a powerful, full-featured multimeter that has all the features that the Fluke has, but at a much more affordable price. This meter that I just got has a price that is 1/3 the price of the Fluke, but it can do everything that the Fluke can do. So if you've been looking for an affordable yet powerful multimeter but didn't know which one to get, then stick around as I unbox and test this guy. Alright guys, so when you unbox this puppy, this is everything you get. So let's talk a little bit about some of the features that this guy has, but before we get started testing this guy, do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. That way you get notified every time I do another product review video, DIY project, or a sale at a big box store where I can help you save more money. So this is the Ziboo 17B Pro True RMS Digital Multimeter, available on Amazon, link in description below. At the time of making this video, this kit retails for $45.99, and the warranty on this guy is 1 year. The dimensions on this guy are 7 inches by about 3.5 by about 2 inches in thickness, and it only weighs a couple of ounces. So what do you get included in the kit? Well, you get the multimeter itself, get the owner's manual. It tells you everything about this guy, how to use it, take care of it, all that. And it comes in several different languages, so it should be easy to read for just about anyone out there. You get a thermocouple for doing all sorts of temperature measurements, and you get the test leads to be able to do all your testing. And one thing people complain about some multimeters out there is that the leads are too short. Well, these guys, I just measured them, and they come in at 45 inches in length, which is pretty darn long. So this is a 6,000 count true RMS digital multimeter that has all the same great features that the Fluke 17B has. You can do AC-DC voltage testing, VFD AC up to 600 volts, NCV live wire testing with a flashing red LED indicator, diode testing, duty cycle, resistance, capacitance, continuity testing with a green LED and continuity buzzer, among other things. This meter is Cat 3 rated at 600 volts for safety. You can measure AC-DC voltage up to 1000 volts and AC-DC current up to 10 amps. You can measure up to 600 amps with the optional clamp if you want to buy that guy separately. This unit also has a backlit LED screen so you can see more clearly in dark areas. It also has a low battery indicator and auto shutdown to conserve battery life. It has fuses that are easily accessible for hassle-free replacement, and I'll show you those in a moment. And you can measure temperature with the included thermocouple up to 1800 degrees Fahrenheit or 1000 degrees centigrade. So as you can see, this Ziboo multimeter has a lot of great features at a very affordable price. It has pretty much all the same features that the Fluke 17B has, but at 1/3 the price. At the making of this video, the Fluke 17B sells on Amazon for $180. That is crazy expensive, and you're basically only paying for the name brand. For someone looking for a good quality meter that will do the same job and save your wallet, but is not really concerned with impressing their friends with a name brand on their item, then this Ziboo 17B Pro is a great alternative. So let's take a closer look at this meter, and then we'll hook it up and do some testing. Alright guys, let's take a little closer look at the Ziboo 17B Pro, get a little bit better acquainted with it. As you can see, the backlight is either normal or you press the little button and you get a backlight to it to make it easier for you to read. On the front, you see most of the controls and most everything is pretty much identical to a Fluke 17B Pro. Pretty much the same thing. I mean, like I said, there's minimal difference between them and all the features are all the same. But we'll take a look at some of this in just a little bit. But there you go. There is the name of it right there in case you're curious. You don't know exactly how by my pronunciation or whatever. And there is the spec 17B Pro. Tells you everything about that right there. True RMS, as you see right there. On the back of it, let's start looking on the back. You can see you have your holder for your test leads and so forth. Very convenient. You can carry that around with you anywhere you like. And the test leads, pretty good thick silicone cover on there, pretty good thick wiring and so forth. Durable, very flexible. As you can see, they're not stiff or anything, so they're very easy for you to just wrap it around whatever, bend it around whatever, and then you undo them, and you see they don't stay all kinked up. They get nice and loose again, so nice soft silicone, easy to work with. Put those away. On the back here, like I said, you have your holder there. Your, NCV testing is up here for, non-contact voltage testing is basically up here. We'll look at that in just a moment. On the back, you have your little stand, your little kickstand. You pop that guy up and you can stand it up anywhere you like. And it is somewhat adjustable. You can adjust it any way you like. So you can take a look at it when you're taking readings and so forth and see what you're doing. So that's convenient. Under here, under this cover, is basically where the fuses and the battery are. All you do is undo this little screw right here. Then you just lift this guy up. And there you see, there is your 3 batteries to power that guy up. And there are your fuses right there. Some multimeters that I've reviewed in the past, you literally have to take the whole thing apart just to get to the fuses. These guys are right there. So all you do is take some needle nose pliers. If you can't get your fingers in there, you take some needle nose pliers, pull them out, put the new ones in, and you're ready to go. So just as easy to replace the batteries and the fuses. They're all the same. Very, very convenient and easy to do. I like that feature. Like I said, some other ones that I've done in the past are really a pain in the butt to replace. I've had to replace a couple of them, and man, you spend like 15-20 minutes just getting all the screws and popping the clamshell apart and all that. This one, you don't have to bother. Very convenient. So there you go on this side. Turn it on so you can see a little bit better. You have all the different things on there. You have your hold right there, your min, max, your mode settings. This little guy turns red and so forth when you get, live wire testing, all that kind of stuff. And we'll see that in a moment. You can adjust, you can take readings with a clamp and so forth. There are all your standard readings right there. If you've used any kind of a multimeter, these are pretty much all your standard symbols and readings and so forth, so you can do your readings. You have your 4 ports down here, your 4 connection points, where some of them only bring you 2. This one brings you all 4, so you have greater flexibility to all the different things that you want to do. So a very nice little machine. You just flip through it, and you can do pretty much whatever you want to do. And then you have your auto sensing right there. And set it up to whatever you want. And your live wire testing right there, and I'll show you that in just a moment. So let's get this guy hooked up and ready to go, and we're going to do some testing right now and see how this guy performs. All right then, so let's do a little bit of testing with this guy and see how it works and how accurate it is and so forth. And one thing I didn't point out in the previous segment is that actually this guy feels very good in the hand. If you're curious, sometimes things, you can't tell on video how they are. But as far as how it feels very good in the hand, has good weight to it, feels nice and heavy enough. It doesn't feel cheapy, that kind of lightweight, etc. The plastic, the ABS, feels good quality, doesn't flex or anything when you push in on it, has good, solid, secure feel to it. The red part here is actually a rubber clamshell, a rubber overmold, and it is nice and soft, as you can see right there. It is flexible, and you can actually peel it off and pull it off. If you ruin it, you can replace it nice and, comfortable on the hand. Let's put it that way. It's not soft, it's not hard, it's somewhere in between. And you can always peel it off if you want to. It does peel back. You just take it off if you ruin it, put a new one on there. And if for some reason you feel like it, I guess you could always get one of these in yellow and make it even look more like a Fluke if you want to do that. So let's do a little bit of testing with this guy, and we're going to go through and do a few different things and see how this guy performs. Now, first of all, let's start off with the live wire NCV testing and so forth. And I'll tell you, this guy is fairly accurate. One of the problems that I have with some of these devices sometimes is that when you're testing for live wire, when you're testing something like this, which this is a live wire. Let me show you. See, the bulb does turn on. I'm just turning it off so that it doesn't throw off the camera. And up here, you can see it is turned off. The live wire is up here somewhere. It doesn't have an indicator, maybe like right here. That may be it right there. But you see right there, nothing going on. There's no live wire, none of that kind of stuff. Back here, on the front part of it, it is live. And you can see right there, it tells you that it's live. But what I was saying is that sometimes some of these devices, when you have wire that is so close to it, they won't be able to tell you the difference between the neutral and the hot because they're too close to each other. So they just generate a field, and some of these devices can't read it. This guy actually is fairly accurate. When you put it on one side, and it's going to be a little tricky me trying to maneuver this side to side here, so bear with me. But when you put it on one side, let's see right here. There you go. That side right there is telling you that it's the neutral. You see that? It's just clear, but it's blinking red telling you it's the neutral. Now, if I flip it over to the other side, let me get this here. Flip it over to the other, there you go. See, that's the hot right there, see? When you flip it to the opposite side, it shows you hot, and it blinks a whole lot faster. So you flip it to one side, and it'll show you just the neutral. Flip it to the opposite side, and it shows you the hot. So that is pretty good. Some of these devices can't do that. So this one is fairly accurate where it'll differentiate between the two. And I have to keep turning on the backlight so you can see it clearly on the camera. So that's very good right there. Actually, I like the performance as far as that goes because some devices won't do it. And like you see, this is hot. On the other side of the switch, there's nothing there. So it's accurate. It doesn't just get thrown off by the switch itself. So that's pretty good there. So let's do some other testing. All right, so I moved it over to the diode, the resistance, capacitance, all that kind of stuff. Let's do a little testing in this region right here. Now we plug in the test leads down here, and let's go from there. So let's do a little bit of resistance capacitance testing. So here we go. We have a basic wire, just a simple wire piece that I can show you right here to test to see if it's a good wire or not. So we put the connectors on both ends here, one right here and one right there. And there you go. You have minimal resistance and good capacitance right there. So the green turns on, the little buzzer goes off, and it tells you that it's a good wire, or OL right there. And that shows you right there it works properly. So that's a simple test right there for that guy. And like to, always tell you, always test your leads beforehand. So there you go right there. You test the leads, and it tells you it's working properly. Now, similar situation, let's test this switch right here. If you want to know if your switch is any good or not, let's take this little switch and I'll wrap it around the terminals here. And this is a good way to tell if before you use the switch, is it any good or not? And there you go, that's it right there. It's good. Now, let's flip this little guy on and off. And when I pull on the little string here, you see that the switch goes off, telling you that the switch is working properly. It's interrupting the current, the circuit going through it. So there you go, on or off, depending on when you click it on or off. So that's a very simple test right there if you have a switch and you want to know if it works properly or not. So that's pretty good. Now let's do a little bit of testing right here. Here we go. I have a diode and a resistor right there. Let's test those little guys out. So if we take the little resistor that I have here, let's test this little guy out and see what it's rated for and is it working properly. And you can always check the resistor with a chart that tells you exactly what it's rated for if you have one that you don't know what it's rated for based on the little band lines that it has on there. So let's test this guy. I just pulled one randomly. I don't even know what this guy's rated at. So there you go. It's telling you 10.2 ohms is what this guy is good for. So that tells you that right there fairly easily. There you go, goes off, goes on, and that guy is working properly. Now let's test this little diode right here. And diodes, in case you don't know, they're basically the check valve of the electronic world. They only allow current to go in one direction. So if current goes in both directions on this guy, we know it's no good. If it goes in only one direction, then we know it's good. So let's check that out. All right, so here we go. I changed it over to mega ohms, kilo ohms. Let's check this guy out and see what it does. And right there, it is not allowing any power to go through it. And be sure to keep your fingers off of it. You don't want it to go through your skin because that'll throw off the readings. The current can move through your skin, so you don't want to do that. You have to make sure you keep your fingers off of there. And let's turn this guy the other direction. And see what it's rated at there. There we go, 6.36. So it's working properly. It only allows current to go in one direction. So that's what it's supposed to do. Now in this case, it doesn't really matter. Your skin's not going to throw it off because it's still going through. So that's not a big deal. But the other way, it will make a big difference if you touch it wrong and it allows it to go through. So there you go. Very good at testing resistors, diodes, continuity, capacitance, all that kind of stuff. Very good little guy. Now, I could go on for hours testing all sorts of stuff and go through all the different things on here, but I'm not going to go through voltage, amperage, all that kind of stuff. These are the basic tests that a lot of people are going to do for the most part. So I'm not going to bore the heck out of you with this guy going through all sorts of stuff right now. That's not the point of this video. This is not an educational video. It's to test this little guy out and see how it performs. Alright guys, there you have it, a review and demonstration of a powerful yet affordable 6,000 count true RMS digital multimeter that is as good or better than the Fluke. Like I mentioned in the video, this is a very nice multimeter. It feels solid, it's quick and responsive, no delays in taking readings, and is more accurate than other meters that I currently own. The NCV testing is a good indicator of how accurate a meter is, just because most meters will fail to be accurate with that measurement. This one handled everything like a champ. I didn't want to drag out the video too long, so I did my own testing off camera on voltage and amperage with my own regulator, and this unit was very accurate. So if you want to buy a good quality Fluke competitor that is 1/3 the price but has all the same features, then this one is one that you should look into. Check out the links below for all the information. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.